Kicks 105.5, good morning. It's 7:49. As he does about 10 minutes to 8 o'clock, he joins us in the studio. It's Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance Agency.
Sorry about last week.
Most weeks, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, a couple people telling me that you were waiting for me last week. I'm like, oh, man, I'm sorry.
I was. I actually anxiously wait for you every evening at dinner time, and you never come.
No, I don't bring you coffee, and I don't bring you dinner. It ain't happening.
You brought me coffee the last day before I left.
Learn my lesson.
That's
what brought you back.
I'm still waiting for coffee.
Yeah.
I'm going to bounce on a couple of things that have been going through my noodle lately. New laws that are passed, like cell phones, distracted driving, or things that I'm or the public is not aware of. Do we actually end up getting a premium or a monthly charge on these things that come in? And do they say on my my report every month that I get for paying my bill, hey, by the way, now driving with a cell phone is illegal. And if you do it and you get caught, we're going to raise your rates.
Yeah, no, that's not how they do it. So,
that's not how they do it.
No, seriously, it's just going to be where they're going to, I want to turn that off because it sounds like we're in a wind tunnel. Are you kidding me? So what they're going to do is they're every year around renewal time, motor vehicle report will be generated on you that will give them an idea of your driving history over the course of the year, which then may reflect a newly passed law, such as driving with a cell phone or an electronic or handheld device. And that's where that will become a problem for you. But no, they don't kind of give you the rundown of all the things that are naughty ahead of time. Don't do this. Don't
Santa
do that.
does that.
Don't do this. Don't do that.
No. Like New York City rent, does your insurance continually go up because of the fact that we have rate inflation for the cost of living, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah.
People got to make a living.
It can, believe it or not, though. I mean, yes, 99.999% of the time, I think it's going to go up. That's the safer bet. But the way that some companies rate actually allows it to go down a little bit. So your vehicle's a year older. So the biggest problem, and this is with auto insurance, but the biggest problem is that companies are not profitable on auto insurance because they're always paying out a million claims.
They're doing it wrong because you're taking some vacations. You must be doing all right.
But they have to make rate adjustments to appropriate for their losses. But I've had many years with companies that as long as you're not getting over in your mid-70s, but your vehicle's getting older, you have no infractions, it's very common to see a little bit of a shave off the top because they're rating it based on numerous factors, including the value of your vehicle. So if your vehicle's depreciating year to year, that company or a couple of those companies, you could see it. Now, on the homeowner side, it will always go up. Here's why. Inflation guard, as you mentioned, it's like a cost of living increase of sorts, I guess, but it's the inflation guard on the homeowner policy, so you're seeing a slight increase in coverage on your home every year to prevent you from hopefully never being underinsured. Now,
I moved from Lyndonville to St. Johnsbury, and you said you get a discount. And I said, why? Just for moving to St. Johnsbury? And you said, yes.
Yes.
Reason?
Reason being is that so everybody has what we call a protection class code. A protection class code is determined based on two things: proximity to a fire station and proximity to a fire hydrant. What proximity are we talking about? You must be within 1,000 feet of a fire hydrant, within 5 miles of a fire department to get the best protection class code.
Because they're assuming that the fire department's going to get there before your home is a total loss.
Correct.
Okay.
So because St. Johnsbury is what it is, full-time fire department, they are a protection class code.
Versus a volunteer fire department in like
protection class code 7 for Lyndonville. So in St. J, if you're under is what we call it, you're under 1,000, under 5, you're protection class code 4 in St. J. I believe it's a 6 or a 7 in Lyndonville. Now, for most people within our region, we're mostly protection class code 9. Meaning we're over 1,000 miles from the nearest fire, or 1,000 miles, over 1,000 feet from the nearest fire hydrant, but within 5 miles of the fire department.
Interesting.
Yes.
If I continue to have people in my home, like I have a baby every year, right? Me and my wife, we're active and we're having a baby every year. Let's consider this. Everybody is under 15 years old.
Okay.
For this conversation.
Okay.
Is my homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance going to go up if I keep having more kids? One day I got 2 kids, next day I got 7 kids.
There was absolutely zero impact on that. It does not matter how many people are in your household other than for underwriting reasons. If you have like 20 roomers and boarders, we'll probably go, we don't really want to write it. But no, if your family continues to grow, the homeowner policy, whether it be renters or traditional homeowner, is based solely on property, and then of course you get the casualty side, you get the liability side that's there, and of course any child you have is automatically covered as a dependent by the terms of the policy. But believe it or not, there's no rating for that. So whether you have 1 or 20 kids, they would all be if they cause bodily injury or property damage due to negligence, it could go after your liability in your home.
Again, all my kids are under 15. I've got like 7 children. I'm expecting to have some more. My vehicle insurance, does it go up when I have more kids?
Once they start turning 16, yeah.
Once they turn 16. But until that point, I
pretty
can have
much a free ride, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so some companies will ask you to list anybody over 14, but technically...
Nowadays, 12-year-olds steal their parents'
True,
vehicles.
and go for a quick ride, but you really don't see impact of premium until they are actually a licensed operator. So even when they're permitted, there's a lot of restrictions there, only driving with you, so companies don't really take rate for that, but they will once they're licensed.
Is there anything that you would say to a driver who is insured, if you're getting pulled over, don't say this, don't do this? Is there certain things that you would say, look, in order to not have an infraction or something that would affect your insurance rate, don't be like, yeah, officer, go ahead. Come on and look inside my car, or something to that effect.
Just show respect, man. Well, what happened to that world, Hi, officer, yes, you caught me, no, but just show respect. So don't lie, don't be condescending, don't do any one-liners, although they're tempting, but...
More or less my entire morning show shtick.
Yeah, but don't be Shawn.
I'm Shawn Knight! Oh, my Lord.
Do you know who you're pulling over?
Get the canine dogs out here!
Taser! But no, honestly, just show respect. You're never going to be able to predict whether you're going to get an infraction or not. It's gonna on top of everything else, it's probably going to be dependent on the mindfulness of that police officer that day. They may be having a bad day and go, I don't care what you say, kid, you're toast.
Well, my dad always told me growing up, when I started to, of course, you get a learner's permit and become a driver, he always said, cops are always right. Doesn't matter if they're wrong or right. They're always right. And there's no sense in arguing with them because they're not the judge and jury. You
Exactly.
actually go to court if you want to dispute that.
Yes, just be respectful. Do what's being said of you as long as it's perceived to be legal, which I would hope it is. But just show respect. That's the biggest thing. The times that you get cocky and start saying, well, I wasn't speeding.
It's hemp. I swear it's hemp. All right.
Dude, it's CBD, man.
Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance Agency. Good policies every Wednesday, 10 till 8 o'clock. Always an enjoyable time. I don't think you can make insurance any more fun than these conversations. If you would like to talk to him personally and have one of these, anecdotal conversations, you like that? That was like a 6-point word right there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even
just
know if
crushed me on Words with Friends.
Words with Friends. I suck at that, by the way.
I stopped playing.
My sales lady, Debbie Allard, was crushing me with like 27-point words. And I was like, ooh, but I've got the.
Yeah, my niece at the academy was crushing me. And I'm like, that's it. I'm out.
Oh, my God.
I'm out.
Smarter than a 5th grader. Not
No.
really. All right. Barrett Insurance Agency can be reached at
748-5224. You can visit us online, thebarrettagency.com. Google, Facebook, and YouTube is Barrett Insurance Agency. And, of course, we're on Portland Street, St. Jay.
Just one last question before you go. You will be here next Wednesday, right?
I will.
And what time should I be at your house for Thanksgiving?